this year, so it's kind of bumming me out. Are you going? I don't know who's going, but anyway, we're involved with the ambulance doing it. What else do we have? Sunday will be the Santa run, so you'll hear sirens around town. It's going to be us. We're going to have 2 trucks splitting up the township. And just public service announcement, get those chimneys checked. Make sure you check your smoke detectors, carbon monoxide. It's that time of the year.
Oh, Jeff. One last. Go.
Santa mailbox till Sunday.
Oh, it's till Sunday.
Till Sunday.
There is a Santa's mailbox up at the firehouse by the, if you look at the right side door. So we're going to be collecting Santa letters until Sunday.
Sunday will be the end, and they'll get a return letter from Santa.
Yes, we're taking care of that as well. So, anything else you guys have?
Can I just ask for the toy drop-off, what's the deadline and is there a township location? Like, do you have a box at the firehouse?
Yeah.
Yeah, we do have the firehouse. We have a box there. There's one down here at St. Luke's.
There's one at Country Kitchen.
Country Kitchen, Lords and Ladies.
State of Mind Barrel.
State of Mind.
State of Mind. We've got them all over the place. And it's until, I don't have the sheet with me, that's why.
10, I think she's picking them up Friday.
It's Friday?
Tomorrow.
She's already started.
She started grabbing already?
And if folks want to join the fire company, how can they do that?
Every Monday we're up there, 7 o'clock. Yeah. Second Monday of every month is a meeting. Every other Monday we're there. Go online, applications, contact any of us. Anybody wants to participate, come on up and help us out. Always looking for help.
Not just people.
And yeah, it's not just firefighters. We have so much of fundraising, everything behind the scenes, fire police, you name it, we could use it. We are, like everywhere else, we are extremely understaffed. You have anything? You guys have anything?
Yeah.
There's a learning curve for us right now. We're trying to be more proactive in these meetings, so bear with us. What's that?
Deputy Chief Stottleman, I want to commend you, and I think the board also wants to commend you and the 3 new firefighter 1 certifications. I think you're doing a great job up there. Definitely with this hard time to get new volunteers in and at least get them trained to a firefighter 1 level. It's commendable, not only for the officers in the hierarchy, but also to the 3 firefighter 1 certification.
They're making it easy for us.
Good.
And just, I mean,
learn from the older guys.
I don't know what he means by that.
The older one there, I got this.
I'm a young guy.
Yeah. And also, one other thing, that was a wonderful fire company pancake breakfast. I think it was great. I don't know who the Mrs. Claus was, or Santa Claus, but they did a wonderful job.
I'll tell you, he's old too.
He is old.
Yeah, he loves kids on his lap, let me tell you. You see him around town all weekend.
Thank you. Okay. Water and sewer plant report?
The plants are running good. We had a new booster pump put in by Stormwater last month. So we have good water pressure. Both pumps are running good. I had to go up to Boardtown Supply and get piping to put a new air drop in one of the aeration tanks. It just rusted off. Ordered it away. So I bought an extra one so I can check all the others.
Good.
Need a new blower. Talk to Tracy, I think we're gonna, it's a small blower, but we're gonna get taken care of that. About it?
Okay, thank you. Public Works? Road report?
So Steve was not able to make it tonight. The guys have been working on road maintenance, Swamp Creek, Creek Lane, trimming back trees and that sort of thing along the roads, kind of getting ready for winter, doing some inlet repairs. They're doing some spring and summer equipment maintenance, just kind of prepping that. winter maintenance in the pole barn, did meter readings, then Perkiomen crossing, and then work orders per requested. They've also been helping to prepare for the new playground equipment. It's kind of on hold. We're back ordered on getting the railroad ties to go around the perimeter. So once we get those in 2 or 3 weeks, then they can finish putting down stone and fabric and then get the mulch down, and then we can get it opened up for the kids. So probably January of 2024, we'll be able to open that up.
Any word on the canvas or the awning for the dog park?
So, thanks for asking that. So we're also short a canvas on one of the new shade structures at the dog park. They sent us a new one, went down to install it, and it was the wrong size again. So now they're trying to rush it. Third time should be a charm, and should be able to get that in the next week or so.
Okay. Civil engineers report.
Okay, LTL's updated the engineer's report for the month of December. Apologize for not getting it to you ahead of time, but there's really not a lot of activity going on. I could certainly answer any questions that you might have, but we really don't have anything active at this point. Things are either in limbo or holding for completion.
Okay.
Norm, anything on Three Dog Garage at all?
No, I haven't heard anything. They went through conditional use, but I haven't heard anything back. It's been pretty silent, so I don't know if they're getting additional, information or design or things together, but no.
Okay.
Since you asked, I did get an email from their attorney yesterday. I guess he's asking for, suggested that they're, have they applied for any kind of permits or?
They have not.
He indicated that they want to have their ducks in a row soon. He asked me to begin preparing the land development agreement, which I'll get to relatively soon, but I suppose you'll be hearing from them. My take was maybe in January or February.
Okay. All right. Building inspector and zoning report.
So there were 11 permits issued in November and 10 inspections, and no new zoning issues noted by the zoning officer.
Okay.
I know that I got a phone call regarding Perkiomen and the Perkiomen decrease. Still no movement
On the big building there at the intersection. So I drove by today, there's no van on the property at this point. So at this point, it's kind of quiet.
All right. Planning commission?
Planning Commission did meet in November. They reviewed the zoning and stormwater management ordinances, which are on your agenda tonight.
Okay. Regional planning commission.
Was there?
I didn't make the
anything?
last meeting.
Okay. All right. Did you
That would've been-
notice
Well, that would have been November, yeah, now.
November? Nothing to
So nothing in
report?
the minutes came out yet.
Okay. All right. So nothing to report at this point.
Okay. Parks and Rec?
Yeah, we had the Christmas tree lighting on December 3rd. Thank you to the township staff, Public Works for their help with that, and also to the fire company for bringing Santa. We've talked about the new playground equipment. We had a board member resign because they moved out of the area, so I guess we need to advertise for a new person. So just getting approval from you guys tonight to do that. Looking for approval.
Yeah, let's see what
We'll start advertising for.
Yep, we'll get it posted.
Do you need a motion for that, or?
No.
That's about it for now.
Okay. Great, thank you. Manager update.
Well, we kind of covered a lot of it. At this point, we're just trying to wrap up the end of the year and start transitioning for the new year.
Okay. All right. New business, resolution 2023-12 agricultural security area designation.
So this is a follow-up to the hearing that we just had a little bit ago. This is the sort of official approving of the property at 1219 Faust Road containing 19.75 acres. This is the official resolution establishing that it will become part of the agricultural security area. Once you approve this resolution, I think we will record this with the recorder of deeds and we'll notify the county that it's been approved.
Okay. Questions or comments? Ron, any questions or comments?
No.
Okay. All right, then I will make a motion to approve and adopt resolution 2023-12 to approve the inclusion of property at 1219 Faust Road containing 19.75 acres into the Upper Frederick Township agricultural security area. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Ordinance 2023-03, Chapter 285, zoning amendments.
So this is what we're going to continue to January 10th,
As well as,
as well as the hearing.
okay. And we have ordinance 2023-04, Chapter 228, Stormwater Management Amendment.
So this is a amendment that was reviewed by the Planning Commission and recommended for approval by the board. What this amendment will do is, up until this point, and Norm, correct me if I'm misstating anything, up until this point, a property owner could continually add up 999 square feet of impervious surface without having to do any stormwater management. This would essentially change that, and they could keep adding it separately, so like
In increments.
in increments, correct, and never have to do stormwater management, and then the impact on their neighbors accumulates over time. So what this proposal is once it gets adopted from that point on, as people add impervious surface, once they cross the 1,000 square foot, then they have to provide stormwater management for anything 1,000 square feet or greater from the time of this adoption. So if they decided to do 400 square feet now and then 600 square feet in a year or two, when they do that 600 square feet, they would have to provide stormwater management for the whole 1,000 square feet of area because it's cumulative. Does that
Correct.
sound right?
Correct, yeah, that's correct.
Okay. Questions or comments?
Is this for just,
It's for
What's it-
anything.
oh,
It's for
anything?
anything, yeah.
so if somebody has a driveway at their
It's part
house
of
and
the-
they run a, say a 20 by 50 driveway?
If it's new.
Yeah, if it's gravel and they want to pave it, gravel's considered impervious.
So they're already covered.
Yeah, what this is about is over the years, the township has noticed that people are doing exactly what Tracy had indicated, where they'll come in for 950 square feet, and then they finish that project at 950 square feet.
Sure.
And understandably, on the surface, it might seem, well, geez, if I come in with another project, now I've got to do another one. Well, really what it does is it gives you the opportunity, if you've got, a master plan where you think, look, when I can afford it, maybe I can put my garage in now, and then I might be putting in a concrete patio or an area it's going to be landscaped or whatever with something that would be an impervious surface. You can over-design it, you can document that, and then you do that. It's an overall net type of thing.
Sure.
But the township has noticed from several residents who, once they understand that it's 1,000, that they're coming in for 950 square feet, 990 square feet. And the whole minor stormwater permit is for the minor projects in nature that have an impact as a whole. So really, that's what the township's trying to avoid.
Understood.
We'll
Question?
we'll take public comments on this item. Frank, go ahead.
Frank Dorsey. How did you come up with 1,000? Why was that the magic number?
I didn't, they did.
I know. I'm just-
How'd you come up with 1,000, Norm?
It comes from the DEP BMP manual as a recommendation.
That's a recommendation.
Mhm.
You just said, what's 1,000, that's 10 by 10.
No, that's 100.
20 by 50,
So, yeah,
40 by 25.
correct. So it'd be like two-car garages.
Right, right. Well, actually, you could likely build a two-car garage, 22 by 22, that's half that would trigger it. But if you have a sidewalk that comes to the back of the house, if you extend your driveway. The other thing that would be noted is the township has been pretty understanding, in my opinion, in the past, where if a lot of times the residential lots will have a 10-foot wide driveway, but it could be 300 feet long. And what will happen is the next threshold is 5,000 square feet, where it's more of an engineered plan that needs to be submitted. The township has typically taken the position that a minor stormwater permit is meant for a pole barn, it's meant for a garage addition or a single-family home that's being built. So although it may trigger over 5,000 square feet, the minor stormwater permit process is a very simplified approach, and the township has allowed an applicant, they may have 6,250 square feet because they have a really long driveway, and has allowed them to use the minor stormwater permit process. I kind of almost call it like in taxes, it's like the 1040EZ form, where it's you this, then this, then this. You get a couple different ways that you can choose to do it. And it's, again, if the township moves forward with this, it's really meant to stop the abusers of it. And if there are people who want to, put in a barn and they know they're going to be putting in a garage later or extending their driveway, then when you do it initially to save money, you can oversize those things. It would be documented by the township. They come back in and say, hey, don't forget I did this back in 23 and it's now 25. Yep, no problem, it's right here. You could move forward and effectively take that credit. You don't have to do the stormwater controls.
Other public comments on this item?
Just kind of a question, I'm sorry.
And name?
Oh, Jackie, I'm sorry.
Where do you live?
Perkiomen Road.
Okay.
Is there an exception or a thought process to the number of acreage that you have? Or does it not matter how many acres you have with this proposal?
Acreage doesn't come into account because if a property is large enough to be subdivided and you go and subdivide it, now you have something, for example, you have a 10-acre parcel and you chop off 2 acres and then sell that for that to be developed, then if you had some type of a sliding scale, and I know what you're referring to, and the home now does not have stormwater controls, but they're still adding to the stormwater runoff issues that the township is experiencing. And again, it would not be retroactive, it would be from the time of adoption moving forward.
Okay. Other comments on this item? Okay. All right. What do you think?
Completely fine with it after listening to the engineer. A few comments outside.
Ron, any questions or comments?
No.
Okay. All right, then make a motion to approve ordinance 2023-04, amending section 228-6.b1a to establish that impervious surface and earth disturbance activities shall be cumulatively considered when determining the applicability of stormwater management measures. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Ordinance 2023-05, Chapter 210-14, Sewer and Sewage Disposal Amendments.
So this is a code cleanup, essentially. The proposal is to amend the language relating to sewer bills, stating that currently the code says that the bills have to be printed on the first day of the month, which is not always convenient or a business day. So the proposal is to change the language to say that they will be rendered during the first week of the month, and then to clarify payment will be due by midnight on the last day of the month. And then also clarifying the applicability of the $5 penalty for late payments. Some of the language in the code isn't real clear. This is basically how the township does the bills, so we're just making the language consistent with how the township does the bills.
Questions, comments? Any public comments on this item? Okay, comments. Ron, any questions or comments?
No.
Okay, then I'll make a motion to approve ordinance 2023-05, amending section 210-14 of the sewer and sewage disposal chapter to establish sewer bills will be rendered during the first week of the month. Payment will be due by midnight on the last day of the month, and clarifies that applicability of the $5 penalty for late payments. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay. Ordinance 2023-06, Chapter 272, Water Rates.
So this amendment is similar to the last one that we just talked about with regard to sewer rates. The only difference here is that we are also proposing, the way the code is written, meter readings are currently done quarterly, and at the beginning of the year, we're going to switch to monthly. So we're proposing to also change the word quarterly to monthly. And what this will do is it will allow people to know more quickly if they have maybe a running toilet, or they have like an excess water usage, maybe from some sort of failed plumbing in their house. Because the way the billing works now, when they pay a bill, it's actually from their usage 3 months ago. So this is a little more true in time, so that, you know, hopefully they can, you know, catch if there's an issue with their water usage.
Okay. Thoughts?
I just have a question regarding, I guess this affects more so Perkiomen Crossing.
It's only Perkiomen Crossing,
Okay.
yeah.
Does that cause a hardship? I mean, I don't know how many times, because you're president of homeowners, right, Jared? No?
I'm no longer on the board.
No longer on the board? Okay. So then, well, being passed, can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Is that going to cause a hardship, number one, for somebody to pay every month if they're accustomed to
They
paying
already
every
do.
3 months?
They already do.
We
They're-
get a bill every month
Right.
already. It's just that the water is averaged, and then every 3 months we get the actual reading. So this will be, will give people a better idea of what the true water bill is, instead of having an average for 2 months and then
Right.
making up the difference the third month.
Okay.
Any public comments on this item? Okay. No comments. All right. Ron, any questions or comments?
No.
Okay. All right, then I will make a motion to approve ordinance 2023, amending section, I'm sorry, what's this, is 20, sorry, wait. Motion to approve ordinance 2023-06, amending section 273-3 to establish that water readings will be done monthly rather than quarterly, deleting and replacing section 272-6 paragraph A to state that water bills will be rendered during the first week of the month, and deleting section 272-6 paragraph B to establish that payment will be due by midnight on the last day of the month, and clarifies the applicability of penalties